Hi, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. Just wanted to get back with you about our Visior technology. So our Visior people analytics technology really is a game changer. This really takes away all of that burdensome effort to gather information, make PowerPoints. This will actually do all of that for you. And then you can download it as a PowerPoint versus having to create it from scratch. So it really is a game changer. It will provide you with graphs and information and insight that you normally would have to extract a lot of data, build your graphs and all of that. This takes all of that back end work away. So we are in people analytics right now. I am going to go to the overviews page just to kind of show you where you can start and look at the overall health of the company. So the company overview, you have a team overview, an employee overview. So if you want to go look at the health of the company just from a bird's eye view, we're going to go ahead and click on this analysis. And right now we're looking at March 2024, but I want to look at the whole year. So let's go ahead and change this to years, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose that, hit apply, and then these graphs will update automatically. Now I'm going to add a filter. So let's go ahead and we're going to, these are like the most commonly used. I'm going to look at all filters. So if I'm wanting to look at retirement zone individuals, right? Or I want to look at minorities or US only. So I can go ahead and I can click on them. If I want to look at minorities, I can choose that filter and it will go ahead and it will update it automatically. Now, if I go back in here, maybe I don't need this filter. Maybe I need to do EEOC reporting for our company overview. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that filter again, but this time I'm going to go into diversity. Let's go into EEOC, job category or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the ethnicity. Say we're getting an audit done. We don't have time to grab all of these. We're just going to go ahead and select all of these. We're going to hit apply, and then all of these graphs will automatically update for you for 2024 and all of those categories automatically. This will take you through head count by organization versus the previous period. So you can see these graphs. As you can see, you can hover over all of this and you can see what that data is just by hovering over that specific graph. As we go down here, you can look at movement. I do not have enough data in here to show the visual, to show this visual, but it will show you movement breakdown of employee movement based on like hires, terminations, things like that. Labor cost, total workforce. So this is good to look at when you're looking at that overall health of the organization. So this is budgeted total rewards. So direct compensation is this, but as you hover over, you'll be able to see the different departments, customer support, client success, benefits, things like that. So it really does give you a lot of information. Now, if I want to present this, okay, I can just hit that present. It will give me an overview page. I can go ahead and we're going to look at head count and movement. Again, you can go ahead and hover over these. You do not lose functionality when you are in presentation mode. So you can go ahead and just present, just click the arrow over button. And again, these will load for you when it says this visual isn't ready. It's just because it doesn't have enough information. But here we do have enough information for those. Retention, voluntary turnover. So this is really good overview of the company. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get out of presentation mode just by hitting escape. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this filter. We're just going to look at the entire company. But now I'm going to go back and maybe I want to do an overview of our people. We're going to do some more people analytics. Okay, so I'm going to go back a few pages and then I'm going to look at our people. So when I go into people, there's a lot of different things that you can look at here. So there's turnover dashboard, there's turnover deep dive, diversity deep dive, predicted resignation. So those predictive analytics are very powerful. So what it does is it takes your turnover deep dive and says, okay, this many people have terminated in these areas. This is your predictive resignation in those particular areas. You do need 6 months worth of data in order to gather that information. So let's go ahead and just look at turnover deep dive, for example. And I don't want to look at just March. Again, I want to look at the current year. And maybe I can go back to 2023, drag that over and do for the last year and a half or so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to update my chart. And I'll go ahead and I'll add a filter. So we'll just go ahead and we'll do managers, people that are managers. How many of our managers are turning over? Okay, so now it just changed. You can see. So here it will say turnover rate by year. And, you know, it was pretty high in 2021. It looks like 2022, it went down. we have 24. So that's really, really good. And then you can see turnover rate by month. So this will give you by month. We had some turnover in January last year, but then it just kind of fell off and we've been holding steady ever since. And then it's going to say, okay, where's the turnover for these managers happening? Where is it the most prevalent? Looks like it's legal and finance. Those are the most people with the most turnover. So which organizations are experiencing a significant change in their turnover rate? Operations, that seems to be up. So it just gives you a whole host of information in here, turnover rate by gender. So it's just really, really powerful. And again, if you want to go ahead and present this in a meeting, let's go ahead and do that. It will tell us what our filters are, what year it is. I'm going to go over to my cover page. Now we're going to cover what's in this section. Okay. Again, you don't lose that functionality. Just click the arrow over button and you can get all of your graphs. If by any chance you do want to download this as a PDF or as a presentation in PowerPoint, you can go ahead and just download that. And it'll ask you, do you want a PDF, PowerPoint, download a visual? You can do all of that in here. Now, if you find a graph that is particularly really helpful for you and you want to save that graph in this, and you don't want to go looking for it, go ahead and just click that graph. Then we can go ahead into this camera and just capture it. So now we've captured it. Now I capture a lot of graphs because I like to do a lot of custom analytics. So now I'm going to go to my captures and this is the past 7 days, but so I'm going to go ahead and do all of my captures. These are all of my captures. Okay, so it's going to have a lot of cool graphs in here. If I want to get rid of them ever, if I don't need something anymore, I can just click that and delete it from there. But now what's really neat is if I want to do a custom analytics and I don't want to choose from the guidebook, I can totally do that. How I'm going to do that here is an analysis. And then it's going to ask me, you can see I started building several in here. So let's just go ahead and do a new analysis. So when I do that, I'm going to call it, let's just go ahead and call it Robin's analysis. Okay, you can make a description in here. We're going to go ahead and capture this. We're going to update this automatically. We want to go ahead and do that update to the latest complete time period. Going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my captures. So see this little plus? I'm going to go ahead and add that. And these are my charts, my capture charts. So I'm going to go in here. It's going to go, okay, these are your charts that you've downloaded. I'm going to choose all again. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pick and choose what I want to go ahead and do in this custom analysis. We'll go ahead and choose that chart. And then we'll go ahead and do this one as well. And I love this chart as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and do add. And it's going to go ahead and add all of those charts right in there. But I am going to change this because it looks like it's a little condensed because that's only for March. Let's go ahead and change that time frame. So now we can go ahead and change that. And I'm just going to say time period as or a specific time range. I can do that in here. And then go ahead and choose that timeline. And now I want the year. So let's do all of 2024 instead. And then we'll go ahead and update that from there. Set to 2024. And there you go. And now I'm done editing. So now I can go in when I'm done, and then I can go ahead and I can take that into my meeting and then go ahead and hit present. So that is People Analytics. It should be available to you in terms of your demo account. So make sure that you ask for that so you can take a look at it. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.